Are deck droppers with handguns any good? Another short narration because aside from costing 700 to recruit for 175 upkeep, much stiffer than the other variants, all of the durability, speed, and melee-related stats are identical, so you can check out the deck droppers for that, plus stuff about the tech tree. I will say up front about that, Stolen Imperial Ordnance is a much bigger boost to this unit than the others. That's because this unit is armor-piercing ranged. For the ranged weapon, you get 18 ammunition default, which doesn't seem like much, but you can address that in the tech tree if need be. Range is 130, which is pretty healthy, and you'll notice in-game that the firing arc is astonishingly wide. Missile damage is listed as 34, with base damage of 13 and armor-piercing damage of 31. This is basically 150% of the regular version's damage, and I mean only 150%. Reload time is 13, or 1 second better than usual, with total accuracy of 20, calibration distance of 75, which is substantially shorter, and calibration area of 5, which is a decent amount higher without being crazy. So the point being, this is a more expensive unit, its damage inflicted is completely unimpressive compared to the base unit, and this balancing keeps it from being overpowered, but it's going to annoy you if you want to just burn down particular units. Rather, it's the idea you can inflict steady, armor-piercing damage at a fairly significant range, and thus under much safer conditions than the regular deck drop. You lose nothing in terms of its melee ability, for what that's worth of course, but there is no fire whilst moving. So what you're getting with this is armor-piercing support on command anywhere on the battlefield, and that can make or break a situation for you. Just not alone. This is a unit that begs for cooperating with others, be they sneaky Mournguls raiding the back line, a rotting Leviathan to blob chosen around it, a Deathstreak Terrorgeist to deliver melee AP while the handguns potshot with reasonable accuracy. And besides, things like accuracy only get better with higher rank. Finally, you can simply park them above your main line and have them snipe at cavalry or armored warriors from the sky. It's not always the best way, but over time it really does some damage. Keep in mind, most of the time, the regular handgun unit has power to spare, but cannot safely keep shooting at the enemy before being tar-pitted in melee. Well, that or you've crushed the enemy. Here, you can play the long game and keep your firepower mobile and moving around. What these stats should tell you bears out my playtesting. They are not ideal for hunting down and sniping foot heroes and lords or heroes on regular horses. Basically, the bigger and fatter the better the target. Ideally, they're working Talon in Zombie with your artillery crews to stretch the battlefield and create threats the enemy is forced to respond to, even if that response is to YOLO your main formation out of lack of a better option. Just remember, it's armor-piercing, but you need to treat it like damage over time. Some units are like that. An ambush battle will make them feel wasted. A 10-minute slog will make them feel like undead miracle workers. Take care, and have fun poking holes into creatures that prefer not to look like Swiss cheese.